Alright, I'm good. Just making sure everything's good. Sometimes there's weird issues when swapping things capture card wise, but you seem good. So anyways, we'll start the game and I'll talk about it while we watch. This is a for people that don't know, Kitchen is a demo that Capcom made when PlayStation VR was announced. And nobody knew what it was. Like, you can actually play this cutscene. It's like a... Well, I won't say play. It's like a VR experience. Like, you sit down and things happen, but you're in this world. And I've been in it. One might say I've scared plenty of friends who have come over and like, VR! I've been in this chair, sitting in front of this man, in this reality. And it changed my life.
Yeah. Your hand. Go with that. Ow! Keep still. Damn it.
Yeah, there's more to that cutscene. It's like a 5-minute experience, maybe like 7 or 10. But it's good. It's like, as soon as I got a PlayStation VR, that was like one of the first things I tried. And I don't have it. Maybe one day, if I figure out how to like, it'd be weird. There's people I know that have done like VR streams, but to do it and to manage the stream, I would need like someone to man the controls because I can't look at chat and the game at the same time. Like I'd have to take the visor on and off. So until I can figure out like a way to like keep either the visor on or some kind of like, I'm going to take breaks every 10 or 15 minutes, or I also get VR sick. So that's another thing. I would need like someone to look at chat. I don't know. Maybe that might be like a Discord type thing. Someone can be my person in the chair reading the chat, so like I just react while I live in better realities. Me. Maybe we'll see. I've never tried to record again because these are the hurdles that happen when you try to record a VR stream. Experimentation. One day I'll mess around, see what works. I'd have to get resolutions and frame rates, and because VR runs at like 120 hertz, and I don't know if it's gonna look good on the capture card. So a bunch of questions that I need answers, and the only way to get the answers is to just, go to the lab and break stuff and find out what works and what doesn't. Actually, I'm gonna call it a night, James. I have to work earlier than usual. Oh, I got a new job. Oh, congrats. And don't worry, like I said, I'll probably end after this. This is like 45 minutes, an hour at the most. I'm just gonna be going through it. I'm gonna get the spooky ending, or the true ending. It'll set it up for 7 when I play 7, but nice. I'm glad you got out of the other restaurant. Put that there. I know you were definitely getting overworked and you had more responsibilities than you were being. God, the sounds in this game still get me. You were definitely overworked and you weren't getting the proper job titles, and I'm gonna guess pay that that you should have had. So, oh, I'm still there. Jesus, again, I'm gonna leave next week. Oh, okay, so 2 weeks notice. Well, again, everything I said still holds true. I don't think you were. I mean, you were valued, but you were definitely, to some extent, it always seemed like you were being taken advantage of. At least from my point of view. I don't know, but I'm glad you have something new lined up, and hopefully it's not, oh, there you go, not compensated. There you go. That too. I don't want to touch that. I don't want to be part of the family just yet. Yeah, that key's very important. But now seems like a good time to just touch on the fact that if anyone remembers a little game called PT, Silent Hill's playable teaser by Konami, the Hideo Kojima game. His team, before he got fired from Konami, a lot of the people that made PT left Konami, joined Capcom, and made Resident Evil 7. Yeah, this is hella the equivalent. Like, for sure. A lot of the people that left Konami with Kojima, that didn't join his studio, Kojima Productions, were scooped up by Capcom, and they made this game. And this game is excellent. It's not quite Silent Hills, but it's like Silent Hill-esque. Behind, there was a face. Oh, hell no. Talking about that guy? Oh, hell no. Scaring me. You're already scaring me. Jesus. Mind you, I did. I'm just teasing. Okay, thank God. Because I'm like, I can't handle. I played this game in VR at like 2 in the morning for like an entire week straight, and it messed with my mind. There's watching scary movies, there's like reading scary novels, but when you're inside a scary game and you're literally like inside for all intents and purposes, it's like it's a whole nother level of horror. And I'm like, I am not. Never again. And you hear again stuff like that, like surround sound. All right, I'm gonna try to do this in one go. Shit, oh 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 shit. Open the door, open the door, come on. I wasn't afraid. I didn't shit my pants. Everyone else did. We'll get that. Okay. Thank God. That's the most intense part of this entire thing. Okay. The rest of this should be easy. Oh, but anyways, like I was saying, a lot of the PT crew made this game, and this game is very much a return to form to like classic Resident Evil. Like there's puzzles, things to solve. It's very atmospheric. They borrow not a lot, but like a little bit of like kind of the essence that's Silent Hill. Sweet baby. Muglord were here. My cousin bought 7 with VR, and we made his sister play it. Oh, horrible. Yeah, I made several of my friends. My brother, my nieces and nephews played this game in VR. Changed their lives forever. You play this game in VR, it's a whole nother ball game. Telling you're just in our reality. You're sitting on a chair with a VR unit on your head. But in this reality, you're in the house. You should get your parents to play, record their reactions. I have. I've gotten my parents to play VR, but I've never recorded their reactions. Everyone, for the most part, the first time you play VR, oh boy, the first time you play VR, it's like, oh my God, this is the future. I believe. I still remember mine. I was a believer. people that I know have like the Vive and the Oculus, because those came up before PlayStation VR, were like, oh dude, you have to try VR. I know what I forgot. But I know what I need. So here's the spooky thing. Five guests murdered, but where is unknown. Nothing to point to their final gravestones. Nothing creepier than a little girl laughing. Nothing creepier. Ooh. Again, it'll make a lot more sense once we get to 7. Once we play through 7. Need this. Just a finger, an ordinary finger. Now we have the dummy's left hand. We're gonna use it. So these giggles are mysteries, murder mysteries. We gotta go around the house and solve them. And the first one just happens to be right here. I may need to get a little bit closer. There we go. Let's see. First time I played VR, it was the creepy house, kind of like Silent Hill. Oh man, yeah, that's... telling you, that's... I'd be playing this game like at 2 in the morning at my old stream time, and then like my brother or my sister would just sit down and watch me, and then like I'd hear breathing, and I'm like, oh no, that ain't the game. That's like in real life. And I would just be alone, and anything sets you off when you're in VR. And then sometimes they'd walk past me, and I'd be like, Jesus! Stroke. It's like, what the hell was that? But yeah, there's nothing like it. I can't, it's hard to put into words. I can say it like 1,000 times, but unless you try it for yourself, it's like you'll never truly understand. And it's, I don't know, once PlayStation VR 2 comes out, oh, easy buy for me. Yeah. Crazy little girls giggling. Exciting. More like horrifying. Okay, so that was the second giggle. So every time we hear a giggle, there's a new entry in this diary. So the one was, Grace will not wake when the clock makes its chime. Her covers are heavy, and it's her last bedtime. Which is why we went underneath the bookshelf, which was underneath the clock. So she got crushed by the bookshelf and she died there. So Phil's tucked in tight on his cold, stiff bed. He's having sweet dreams of not being dead. So this is an easy one to solve. We were actually just there. Let's see, while I get there. Also, these mannequins, I don't know if you noticed, but they were facing the other direction. When I went up to the attic, when it came back down, they changed. That's a hella Silent Hill-esque thing to do. So again, there's like... You know, they borrow a little bit, not heavily, but like just like a dash of Silent Hill kind of the horror, like they're what they usually go for. Just not really horrifyingly horrific, but like unsettling. Like, oof, that's getting to me. When you think about it, not scary. Think about it, very scary. Anyways, my cousin, while playing this game, didn't notice me in the room, so I kept using the duster to tease. He screamed like a baby. Oh, yeah. I'm telling you, my brother. It's a gun. We'll need this for later. Now I feel safe. It's also weird that this is the only Resident Evil, aside from the shooters, that's a mainstay Resident Evil that's first person. There's first-person rail shooters, the Umbrella Chronicles and Dead Aim, but again, those are side spin-off games, and they retell the events of the Resident Evil series, but this is the only main entry from the series that's in first person. Again, to heavily take advantage of VR. But I totally get the screaming like a baby thing. I'm telling you, it's when you're in VR... if you're in a horror game, you are in the horror game. Like, I can't stress that enough. And there we go. So he was shot, and then they'd put him in the basement with the molded. Here he lies. So, now we gotta go get one more journal entry, and this is pretty easy. Like I said, this isn't too long. I might actually beat this in like another 15 minutes. When you explore everything your first time, oh man, this is like... I remember when the internet tried to, people were racking their brains, just like PT. Like, oh man, did you know you could do this? Did you know you could do this? It's very, very rare that a game comes out and people are like, the internet as a collective is like, oh man, figure this out, or what's the answer to this? So that's another giggle. We have another journal entry. But the lore and the mystique of this game was like on a whole nother level. I honestly can't remember the last time there was something like this, where like the internet was like every day there was something new. It was crazy. Much hype and intense, like, I don't know, there was just like mystery surrounding it. It was very cool. Let's see. So Stanley was told to go hide in They'd Seek, but they wouldn't let him out no matter how much he shrieked. And this is actually really easy because we go right in here. And as you can see, they didn't let him out no matter how much he shrieked. God. The one thing that always gets me is the freaking atmosphere and the sounds. So there we go, and we're about to get another giggle. You can see like the little voodoo dolls. Creepy. This game is on... It's not horrifically horrifying, but it's unsettling. It's just enough to get you to like, I'm creeped out. Not scared, but I'm just creeped out. Okay, so Marlene was so proud of her white and blue necklace, it made her feel tall and left her quite breathless. Okay, so then here's another easy one. Oh, this game was massive. Yes, there's, again, this is kind of like a speed run. In fact, it is, for all intents and purposes, this is a speed run. Again, this is pretty much exactly how the fun run for Resident Evil 7 is going to go when I start that. This game, like I said, it'll stick with me forever. As I said, I was in this world, and I don't know, this is like the first true VR game I ever played, and Jesus, I don't think anything I've played since compares to it. You can obviously play it without the VR, but if you have a chance to do it in VR, do it. Like, for sure. So now we gotta look at the cables. And a little hard. I might need to adjust my position. Might go a little bit closer. We wanna aim for like right there with the dummy finger. There we go. Yeah, freaking mannequins. Ooh. Okay, so let's see. Well, you haven't played Silent Hill. True. I've played very little of the first one, and no, I played very little of 4, and even less of 1. I've seen my friend beat 2, but that was many moons ago, and I was like, kind of just like a ride along. Never seen 3. 3, and there's a bunch of spin-offs. There's like Downpour, Homecoming, I think, Silent Hill, Shattered Memories. I think there's also Origins. There's quite a few Silent Hill games, but I only really know very little about the first 4. Really, 3 out of the 4. Everything else is like super mystery to me. Okay, so what we want to do next. This is the only hard part. Even if you speedrun this game, this is where you can, spooky. This might take a few tries, but we'll see. Yeah, Derelict House, June 1st. A Dulvey Haunted House rehearsal. So one of them evaluates your psyche to determine what you get. Ooh.
Ooh.
Yeah. Oh,
Did
man.
you find this guy? Give me a break, Pete. Hey, I only work with professionals. Speaking of which,
Again,
make sure the sound
I
is
should,
right this time.
as
I
an
don't want a
ending.
repeat of Amarillo.
Damn.
That was 2 fucking years ago.
Oh,
I don't do ADR.
Loza will be very excited when we get there.
This new guy? Not
But yeah,
feeling
I
it.
should also mention, this is the game that Capcom designed the RE engine exclusively around, like, they made that engine to make this game, and they've used the RE engine in Devil May Cry 5 and RE2 Remake, and they'll probably use it for the remake of 3 when they get to that, but
Tonight on Sewer Gate,
very realistic.
another worthless fucking shithole. Happy?
Again, they look like normal people. Again, in VR, it you know, you want to have a good sense of realism, or enough. So our main objective is to run into the ghost girl. She has a name, but I won't say it because it's kind of spoilers for 7. But she has a few different, like, she'll pop out in a few different areas.
Out of the way.
Sometimes she's right here. We gotta look for her.
After you. So, why are we in hell this time?
She could be up here as well. This is another one.
Shitty house, spooky sound.
Again, it's
Ooh, is it haunted?
unsettling how she just appears, and it's random too. It's
I was an anchor, you know.
never. She can appear in multiple places. She can appear in a single place. Sometimes she's in this kitchen too.
What's the story, Andre?
Little. Sometimes she's outside that window. Like sometimes she'll be there for like a second or two. Sometimes it's like a blimp and you miss it. So we have to see her to get to the next stage of the teaser.
So, Hillbilly Joe and his family
Is
go
it bad I'm
missing,
using my
right?
soundboard to watch the stream?
Jack and Marguerite Baker. They were quiet.
Possibly.
A lot of bad rumors about their son, Lucas.
This is definitely one of those games where like every little,
Ah, shit.
every noise, nook and cranny will get. It's very atmospheric, so it could be good and bad.
Oh,
Again,
shit.
depends on your psyche
I had my shots.
and your tolerance for horror.
This would make a great backdrop. Andre, what do you think? Andre?
Andre's gone.
Andre!
Okay, so we
Andre!
haven't seen her.
Clancy, you see where Andre went?
There's 3 other opportunities to see her, and we'll see if she's in the next one.
Unfucking believable.
Sometimes she's on these stairs,
This is the last time I work with that guy.
and sometimes she's in this little
producer,
hallway right
they
here.
gotta
I mean,
go.
this little closet.
A good cameraman like you, Clancy? You stick with me.
She's right there. Did you see her? Did you see her? We got it. First try, everybody. God, I remember how unsettling that was the first time I ever did this. He ain't gonna be Rush Hour 3.
What the fuck was that? Did you hear
The
that?
little girl is the girl, right? Yep. Okay.
Andre?
So, there's one other position she can show herself. And, I'll point it out. Like I said,
Andre, where are you, man?
you can always see her in more than one location or no locations at all. It really depends. I think it's completely random. I don't think anyone ever figured out what triggers it or if there even is a trigger, but these are the Bakers. We'll be seeing them again.
You gotta be
Can't
fucking
really get a good image. There we go.
All right, new deal. We find Andre and we go. I mean, fuck this show.
Yep. Right after you.
You first. Need a nice hero shot of me coming down the ladder.
Okay.
So,
And then sometimes she'll be right here too. Like down this hall, just watching you go down the ladder. And those are... I might have missed maybe a location or two, but I think those are all the places she can be sighted. And it's different every time, for the most part.
What do you see? What is it?
No. Clancy. Yep. That's not good. Oh, he dead. Yep. I shall dash you against the stones. That ain't good. That ain't good at all. So, we might get Jack. Actually, I think if I had closed this door and then opened it, Jack would have walked across. Just walked across. It doesn't do anything, but it's unsettling. Again, I'm super tense. If you've ever done this the first time, this game is like amazing at messing with you. Again, in VR, it's it's a whole another ball game. Okay, so to get the next laugh, we have to go back down into the basement. And you may or may not have noticed, but the first time I came in here, I ran, but there is a doll. And doesn't look like it's working. I may have to watch the film again. So again, this is like the hardest part. There's another little doll up here. That's nothing to do. Main objective is to watch the tape, see the ghost, come over here, look at this doll, get another laugh. So we'll have to watch the tape one more time. Sometimes you see her and it triggers. Sometimes you don't see her at all. If you don't see her at all, it almost never works. Sometimes it works. Again, it's completely random. I've heard of people that say you just need to see her and then you can exit the tape and then run down there, but I like to watch it all the way to the end. We'll see if we can see her again. Wait, so who are you playing as right now? That's a good question. Right now, I think I'm still the camera guy? This guy?
Where did you find this guy?
Whoever's
Hey, I only
doing, whoever's holding the camera right now, I think that's who I'm playing as.
Make sure the sound is right this time. I don't want a repeat of Amarillo.
That was 2 fucking years ago.
I don't do ADR.
I could be mistaken. I'm
I'm not feeling it.
pretty sure though. I'm
Just don't be
playing as this
surprised
guy.
if we have to make a change.
And the main protagonist, the main character of Resident Evil 7 is a different character altogether,
First, then we shoot the
who
inside.
has nothing to do with this demo
Just try to say the show's
other
name
than
this time,
some slight connective tangents. But again,
Tonight, I'm a sewer kid.
to get into it right now would be spoilers for 7, so we'll discuss when we get to 7 during the fun run. But let's find us a ghost girl.
Are we rolling?
Weird.
All right, let's go.
Feel like she'll appear and then she won't appear.
Get out of
I was
the way.
like, Ethan speaks. He does.
It's loud.
He has a model too. People have hacked the game to see what he looks like, and he's just, you know, random dude guy.
Why are we in hell this time?